What's that? What's that in the air? Oh yeah, it's me being right about something.
Take me on home to the asylum. Never.
Joker. Now, okay, as I said in my video about me not thinking this movie was going to be all that great, I said I don't think it's going to be a poorly made film, right? I just don't see what it really has to do with the Joker or the Batman mythos, and I don't think that's going to add anything to the movie. Well, now that I've seen the movie, guess how I feel? The exact same way. Now, I will go ahead and I will say that the cinematography and the score is beautiful. Sometimes the music in this movie is bone-chilling, and that really makes the entire experience feel more worthwhile. And I love the way that this movie was shot. It was shot so beautifully. The camera was basically another actor in the film, and it was adding to the emotion, it was adding to the drama. It just, again, went to make the entire experience more extravagant in its entirety. Also, Joaquin Phoenix, this is my first movie I've ever seen him in. Beautiful performance. I'll go ahead and say it's Oscar worthy. He does a phenomenal job playing Arthur Fleck, a man who loses his mind and goes insane and becomes a criminal. That being said, does he feel like the Joker? No. No. That's not to say that the character that he plays isn't interesting and compelling and a good character, but the Joker, I don't think so. I honestly feel like the attachment to the DC brand and the Batman mythos hurt the film. Not that it made the entire thing way worse, but it was just like the time that they spend wasting on Thomas Wayne and Bruce Wayne and all this other stuff that connects to DC just drags it down. It's just a waste of time. It doesn't really add to the plot. Like, you could reach the same conclusion that the film had without that stuff. And the way that I feel about movies, because obviously I'm the only person that knows at all what I'm talking about, I am the lead authority, everything I say is correct, I have no opinions, only facts. If a scene is not progressing character development or progressing the plot, it is wasting my time. And that's what a good 10 to 15 minutes of the movie felt like. And I honestly feel like wasting the time on that kind of kept Arthur's character from developing in a very natural and cohesive way, because at a certain point, like, little by little, the character changes after a certain thing happens to him, and by the end, you get the character that you end up expecting out of the Joker. But it doesn't exactly feel earned. Like, it's believable that he could get from where he is at the beginning of the movie to where he is at the end of the movie in time, but like, he just goes from being someone who's very depressed and socially awkward, mentally ill, has a laughing condition, which is actually probably my favorite detail in the movie, but has that condition, to being like a kingpin almost, that sort of figure, like a figurehead for some sort of cultural movement. I don't want to spoil too much, in a matter of like a week in the movie. And it's just like, things just don't feel natural. Like, it feels like you're skipping a lot that would help the story be told better. Again, the cinematography, the music, the performances, the directing, I thought all of that was super good. But the script and the narrative that this movie is going for, that's what takes me out of it. Because from the very beginning, unbelievable things happen. And it's just like, these things that have no logic are going on, and the movie tries to like clear its own name by calling out that this thing that happened doesn't make any sense, but then things that don't make any sense continue to happen. And I'm not even talking about the thing that you might think I'm talking about. I'll cover that later if I do a spoiler video about this movie. But I'm trying to collect myself. The things that you see happen to Arthur in the trailer that go on to happen to him in the movie that inform his transformation into the Joker don't feel earned. They feel thrown onto him to help accelerate this transformation into the Joker. And as far as the story itself, is along with a lot of the dialogue not working out and the things that I've already mentioned being awkward for me, I don't feel like this was a story that necessarily needed to be about the Joker specifically. I feel like this could be another American Psycho movie and it would work just as well. I feel like this is a story that Warner could have put out on their own at any time, but they weren't quite confident enough that it would sell tickets on its own. So they called it a Joker movie because that is one of the most popular villains in all of comic books, and it looks like it's working. Bravo. All that said, though, the final act of the film, I was pretty much on the edge of my seat the entire time. And then something so stupid, so shoehorned, so tacked on happened. And it pulled me out of the entire experience. I rolled my eyes so hard. I sat back in my seat and I was just like, all right, credits, let's roll so I can leave. But again, I don't think the movie's terrible. If I'm going to go ahead and rate it, if it weren't Joker, I would say that the movie is fine, but you wouldn't remember it in however many days. But because it is Joker, you will remember. So I'll say it's worth the price of admission. Loosely. If I did numbers, it would be like a 7 out of 10, trust me. Joker, though, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below and educate me. If you think I'm stupid because I didn't like the movie, I'll also accept that. But alternatively, I would like to know if there's a Batman villain, or any villain really, that you think deserves an origin movie of some sort. And if you do think that, who do you think should play him? Or her? Whoever. I'd like to see that as well. See you soon.